How's it going, guys? And welcome back to BL3's Forgotten, the series where I take a look at underused or not often talked about pieces of gear to determine whether or not they deserve to be remembered within the modern meta of the game or should be left behind and forgotten. And today we are taking a look at the Love Drill. If you'd like to farm a Love Drill for yourself, you're going to want to fast travel over to the Heart's Desire and run all the way over to the end where you fight Eleanor and the Heart. This can be quite an annoying fight with many different phases if you can't one-shot it, but luckily it isn't too difficult to do, and if you are struggling, I do have a Zane build that can do it quite easily. Just make sure that when you are shooting at the Heart that you hit the shiny glowy spot because that will give you a crit. But you do have a save station right outside the arena, and the drop rate isn't too terrible. The Love Drill is a legendary Jakob's pistol with quite a few different effects going for it. First off, just talking about its stats, it has a pretty decent base damage with a quite high fire rate and also a 324% critical hit damage boost. Along with that, your bullets have a 40% chance when fired to deal double damage as shock damage, and on a critical hit ricochet, you return 2 ammo to your magazine and ricochet 1 to a nearby enemy. The Love Drill also always drops with a unique optic, which looks like a little gem at the end of your gun. Now, the Love Drill is actually pretty damn good. I mean, just the base stats alone are solid, but also being able to deal double damage, having some actual elemental coverage to it, and being able to fire super fast and maintain that as long as you're hitting crits with a very high critical hit ratio to it. This thing can shred at all levels of the game, even Guardian Takedown. It does start to heavily slow down once you get to True Guardian Takedown, although it is still possible to kill things at that level. While I wouldn't necessarily recommend using it at True Guardian Takedown, the fact that it is still able to kill is a pretty good testament to what this thing can do. It also works very well across all the characters. Mose isn't amazing with it, but she does still function quite okay with it. But it's really nice on Zane just because of how well he works with critical hit damage and fast firing weapons, and especially because you can kind of upkeep it again with the critical hit ammo return. Ties that bind to Mara is very solid with it, as you can hold something still and really just lay into their head. And Flat can just crit anywhere and anytime he wants, so he makes really good use of that high critical hit damage and also the critical hit bonuses. I was actually quite surprised by this gun because despite having a higher base damage and a sort of similar critical hit damage bonus as the Unforgiven, it doesn't function at all like the Unforgiven. Whereas the Unforgiven is slow, methodical, one-shot enemy dies, the Love Drill is much more chaotic, fast-firing, you go pew 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 pew, and then an enemy dies. You can get some one-shots out of this when you stack Overkill, however the high fire rate does make stacking Overkill kind of difficult, as stacking Overkill properly does tend to require some form of accuracy to it, but this is a very good gun for just spamming shots straight into a big crit box. It is interesting to see how similar concepts the Love Drill and the Unforgiven have, yet how Gearbox did manage to make entirely different playstyles between them. But if you want a Jakob's pistol that just spams bullets into a face until it dies with a shit ton of damage, this is the gun for you. That will about do it for this one, so I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that. I will be live on Twitch after this video goes up. There will be a link down in the description if you'd like to come say hi. While you're down there, there's also a link to my Discord that you can join if you want to be updated on me, my videos, or just come and hang out with all the people there. And with that all out of the way, I will see you guys in the next one.